Welcome to a very special episode of the Griddy podcast. I believe this is episode 13 already. Kind of crazy. The weeks are flying by. This is the first time I actually have two guests on the show, and I got a fan in the crowd as well. We're going to get started, but these two guests are very special. First, we have a returning guest, my brother, a.k.a. Amon-Ra, the sun god, Brandon Rodriguez, the owner of the Banana Stand. And then we got the first appearance of the commish, Mr. Bad Analytics, Chris Bellotti. Roast beef.
You don't even need the laugh.
Yeah. We don't need that.
We have our own clap.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we got enough people do that now. That's awesome. All right, so where do I start, man? Let's talk about your season.
All right, let's do it.
How do you feel about your season this year? Let's talk about positives.
Okay. The positives were some guys look good. Pickens had a legacy game today. I was very happy about that.
He did. I was expecting to talk about that. Right when he scored, Brandon looked at me and was like, yeah, Chris is going to talk about
I just wasn't watching the game, but I was like, I got the 2 notifications on my phone because for some reason they're still like playing roast beef season now.
Yeah.
Like they're like, he caught it, like George Pickens receiving touchdown, and I looked and I was like, this team's been eliminated for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So some guys looked good. And also I had a fighting chance right up until the last week, which is an improvement on last year because last year I didn't.
Yeah.
I was out like very early. I think I threw my season in the toilet like early on when I traded Saquon for Brees. And a pick obviously, but when I did that, that was kind of me saying I'm gonna like throw the towel in this year. And now this year.
No, it wasn't though.
What do you mean? How?
I thought you were trying to win this year.
No, sorry.
Last year.
I'm talking about last season.
Last
The Saquon Brees trade.
Yeah.
Because
that was
hurt
me.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I tanked my points for that season after that because I wasn't trying my hardest. You know what I mean? Like.
And you built
to
the waiver
compete.
wire.
And you traded the Eagles
I
defense too.
I traded away the Eagles defense.
That was like you tanking too.
Yeah, that was a good
And
rebuilding.
Cordero. Alex
He's looked good though.
Why?
Yeah. Cordero?
Yeah, it's like decent.
Yeah.
They're giving me touches over Bijan. Like,
He's
the one-on-one.
still a good player. It's just like, I don't know. For that trade was crazy.
no, I'm mostly guessing. He's dog water,
He's
bro.
old. He's old.
Yeah.
So you were going into the season like trying to win, correct?
I was, yeah. So I would say some people look good. My positives were some people look good, and that I actually was competing. I had a chance to compete throughout the season, right up until the very end, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't make it tough, but at least I tried.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what I wanted from my guys this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
You had a pretty good first round too. Like last week, like I'm saying, if you had me playoffs.
yeah, I would have beaten you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would
Yeah,
have
my
beaten
team was
Steve.
bad
Probably
last
not,
week.
right? But if I was 16
How much
or
did you
3
score?
seed, I would have beaten you.
How much did you score?
I put up like 140, something like
Oh
that.
yeah, you would be Steve then. I think Steve
You would
put
be
up
Dom, too.
131.
I would be dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have beaten Jack though, which is who I actually would have been paired up with.
Jack's
Which is
team.
unfortunate, and I'm happy it didn't happen because I still am undefeated against Jack. That's something
Yeah.
I care about more.
True.
Honestly.
Jack's team is a problem. I
I
feel
know.
like you feed Jack players, and in return, he lets you beat him every time you play him.
That's been the trade all year. That's what we've been doing, and it's been working out well for both of us.
Yeah, Jack. He's actually my pick to win the championship. Right?
Really?
Yeah, his team is.
Yeah, I know.
His team's something else.
I know Mike's worried about his team. Mike's prediction is also Jack because we were talking about that.
Oh yeah.
Every time
So,
I play
he doesn't have Keenan Allen this week.
Yeah, he's without Keenan Allen.
Which is
Stephon
huge.
Diggs has not looked good in the last few weeks either. He looks like he's been cooked. Honestly, they're running the offense through James Cook.
And
Yeah.
Bijan.
Yeah.
So,
and then
yeah.
Sean McDermott runs the offense through Cook, gets
Yeah.
200 plus yards, and then gives the game ball to Josh Allen.
That was crazy.
I saw
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Gotta be racist. Let's talk about some negatives.
Okay,
of
of the season, yeah, totally. I would say a lot of the guys that I traded and pinned my season on did not come up for me when I counted.
Yeah.
Eckler, who I had RB1 expectations for,
OBS.
was out. Was out through the first half of the season, and then the second half of the season, he had some good like 20+ point games. I don't think he had a single 30+ point game all season, which was, he was no stranger to in previous seasons. And And he also had several under 10-point games, which was really bad for me because that was the difference in a lot of games. I actually got swept by Alex this season. He was 2-0 against. He was 2-0 against me this season. If I won either of my games against him, I would have been in the playoffs. But I couldn't get it to happen. He put up like some reason.
I was so mad both those games.
For some reason, he averaged like 140 against me.
It was crazy. It was crazy every time he played.
He also I played him in the beginning and end of the season. He had Kyron.
Wait, so that kind of makes sense.
Which was really bad.
That was when he was at his best, the beginning and the end.
Because he had Kyron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kyron carried him.
He was like 2-1, I think, right?
HN also, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
He was 2-1 or 2-2, right?
That's
when he got
he was 2-2.
That is when he got Puka.
Yeah.
I was breaking. And he like went.
I love the Mark's in the booth. You can just kind of hear him like he's not on the camera.
He went into win mode.
He's like the audio engineer.
No, yeah, he beat Chris and Mark and went into win mode, and I was like, well.
Yeah, I know.
He beat you like in the start of the season. His team was actually looking solid.
Yeah, I know.
And towards the end too.
But Mark traded for my pick, which was a mistake because Mark traded away my pick.
Which
I think was a mistake.
I was hating on that a lot
because
for Alex, but Puka is really good, man.
No, I know. No, I think Alex.
No, yeah. At the start of the season, like probably because my bias was like I didn't want Alex's team to get better, so I was mad.
We also thought it was gonna be top 3, definitely.
What
is it, 4?
That's 4. I mean, it's still a great pick.
Yeah.
Like. No Mark, no.
Horrible pick.
Okay.
I'm 0 for 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, the 104 in the past 2 years has been Trey Long.
It's kind of poetic. It fell back in his lap.
Yeah.
Let me get that pick.
But I think it was a bad move
because great right now.
I know I think I started out 2-2. That's when you traded?
Yeah.
No, I started out 1-3 maybe.
Yeah, it's 1-3.
But the thing about me is that I'm not gonna go down without a fight. So he had to know I was going to try my hardest to win every week. I was naturally going to scrap some games. Like, you know what I mean? I beat you, I beat Jack, which were like random wins that I probably shouldn't have had.
I feel like we split
every year,
honestly. I don't think
we split every year so far,
I've beat you 2-0.
Never cleanly, so no, that's an honor only Alex has. Actually, this season it was Alex, Steve. I know Steve swept me this season. And Norm swept me this season too. So the Big Brothers division killed me.
True.
And then I won a 1-game series against Brandon, Dom,
not me, Scott,
Jack, and Mark. So I beat up on all the little brothers for 4 of my 5
wins. You did. Hey, you gotta take your wins.
Yeah, exactly.
So any more negatives? You're talking about like certain players.
Eckler, Godwin.
Oh yeah,
Godwin, who I traded a first and a second for.
I
gave away 2 good picks. My first was the 104.
Yeah, we were talking about that night when he traded away those players. I mean, yeah. We were talking about it today, and I was like, "What did Chris get away for Godwin?" And I was like, "I think it was the first." And we were like, "No, it has to be Godwin and someone for the first." And then we were like, we checked it, and we were like, "Oh no, it was the other way around."
Bad analytics.
Yeah.
And naturally, he had his best game of the season last week. Which is exactly what if he can have that kind of production like most of the time, that would have been
100% should. Like I never really watched
Baker started heating up
games,
too.
Either, but
I don't know how they were like.
Dude, I didn't watch
just cooking.
I didn't watch any Bucks games. Every week I was like, "This is the week Godwin's got it back."
Yeah.
And I checked my phone. And he's got fucking 4 receptions for 25 yards. I'm like, why?
Doesn't make sense because Baker was picking up. I think Evans
I think
just been eating it all up. Like
I know. So we'll see what happens.
Who else was catching passes there for them? Evans and Rashad White.
I guess Kate Auden sometimes, like 2 of them.
So that's what Godwin's actually a hold for me, even though he was disappointed me this season. It doesn't make sense to dish him out, I think, but
there's no Mike Evans next year.
You gotta stick with your guys. You traded for him.
I did. I believe in him too. I like Godwin as a player. I think he's really good.
That was my guy at some point.
Godwin,
yeah, he has a ring.
Yeah. Although I did try to trade him at the deadline, and I think Steve was thinking about it.
Oh damn!
It would have actually worked out for me. I said Godwin and Cole Kmet for DK.
Wow.
And he said yes, and then he came back to me and he was like,
"That would have been solid." Kmet's actually.
It would have been a good trade.
Pretty solid tight end. Like,
yeah.
What's he? I think he's averaging like 11.5.
I
would take that for a tight end.
6
any
tight
day.
end or something like that this year.
Yeah.
But so was Noah Fant 2 years ago when I was actually good, and now he's just.
You were trying to dish him out a lot.
I know.
Because
some guys I just know their time is up. Like Hunter Renfrow, he was wide receiver.
Everyone was just like, please.
He was wide receiver like 9 that year.
The 2021 offseason was all Fant, Renfrow,
Steve Pat.
yes.
Yeah, but Alex wanted scored well, so I'm happy he set the kicking return touchdown record record on Alex's team. That was good. Alex got something for him, so that was good.
That's hilarious. So what mode would you say you're in now? Like this year, no one was really sure like if you were win now or like building at the same time.
Yeah.
You're kind of in the middle.
Okay.
What are you doing?
What do you think I am?
I think you tried to win, realized it's not the time.
And I backpedaled?
I mean, you didn't backpedal. You just didn't make any moves.
I'm win now.
But also, you kind of did make a move. You gave up on JSN, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I got Jordan Addison, who's better.
But
so, like, that's kind of a win.
All right, pause.
That's kind of... So you were still in win now.
Like,
you were still in win now, then, when you made that move, right? Because Addison is better this year.
Okay, no. There's something that I need you both to understand. I'm always in win now.
Okay.
I'm always in win now.
You're never gonna.
I was gonna say
never. Not even. I'm never gonna take the team apart because the most important thing.
That's my next question.
Don't look at the camera. The most important thing.
Look at the camera.
He gave the camera a side eye. I know you're gonna zoom in on that.
That trade was definitely a rebuild kind of trade for me, and a win now for you. That was the whole premise behind it because. I got JSN, who wasn't going to do anything this year.
Yeah.
And Christian Watson, who was going to be hurt all year, I figured. So
he had like 1 30-point game on Thanksgiving, right?
He had 3 games back-to-back with at least 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
The problem is he's a glass cannon.
Yeah,
and he doesn't ever play the game.
But when he does, it's exciting.
Sometimes it's not.
He had
several less than 5-point games this year.
There were like 4 games in a row when I started him, and he got like 9 at most.
That's just because Reed is not that bad at all.
They have a bunch of talent there.
Yeah. So none of the receivers are bad.
They're all 3. They're all solid.
Yeah, Love is like
Wicks.
Little inconsistent. Oh yeah, I saw you picked up Wicks.
That was a while ago.
And Trey Tucker, who has been on
like that one?
my flag list for a month now, and I was like, I can't try Rondell Moore for him. But that was good.
Yeah. But yeah, so rebuilding is for pussies, I think, and I would say just try to win every week is the right idea in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe that. Like, I feel like I can never personally just like go into a year and like.
That's what I'm saying.
You're wasting a whole season. Not
Imagine
trying to win.
paying money and just watching you guys lose every week. I can't even imagine it. Yeah, no, I did that, but I tried.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that couldn't be me about.
Yeah, I don't know how Alex just did that. I guess it's just sacrifice to have a really good team in the future.
No, but that's true. I guess he did.
Even though he
did try to win every week, though. Alex was
still trying to win, like the Puka trade.
Yeah.
He's trying to win there.
He was.
And also, it's Puka, like he's young as hell too. It's kind of both.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's gonna have a really good team soon.
That wasn't bad for him at all.
And probably who you get at the 104. It's not gonna. The likelihood of him being as good as Puka.
Yeah.
Is not high,
he could be eventually. Like
he could be for sure,
but not to start. No one's starting off like Puka.
No, yeah, I guess that's like the ideology behind like trading for players instead of picks.
Yeah.
Which I don't do so much, and I tried it once and I lost Dobbins because of it. So
yeah, that's true.
I want to trade into the draft. Last year's draft was iconic.
It was iconic.
It was fire. All for it.
It was great, honestly.
The way we were just like everyone was like on their phones in the middle of picks, like trying to like get like trades done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was intense.
And that's something that you guys also need to understand about me and my priorities. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't always care about roast beef. I care more about the league.
Like, I told Ryan.
Guys, like, there is something to be said for script writing. As a commission, like, that's part of my responsibility. I have to write a fire script. Stuff like that.
It's true.
Where, like, I trade into the draft.
Yes.
There's a huge swap for, like, 2 receivers like that.
I told Ryan, I said, Chris is going to try to bite right away and trade into the draft because we haven't done it yet.
I never thought it'd be with me. I didn't see it coming at that pick though.
No, I never thought it'd be with me. I thought I was safe.
I couldn't believe it. Like, so when you did that, I was like, damn, this draft is gonna be fire. And then like everyone was trying to either move up in the draft. Like after that, like you really started
something.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that move was more in the league's interest than mine. Honestly, like, and that's
just want to be the first one that trades.
I did, and
you gotta make
totally
you gotta make the history.
Yeah, exactly. I pioneered the conditional trades, right?
Oh my God.
Which I do want people to use them though because they make sense as security blankets. So that
I would never do a trade with
and also the Eckler and Brees trade.
Don't do it.
The Eckler and Brees trade was low-key script writing on my end, at least an attempt to.
Why?
Because I was thinking that would make your team worse this year, which it kind of did. I don't know.
I don't think it did
Keeping off
because
an
I
Eckler
think even though Brees did not have the year that like I expected him
he
to,
had not that great
he,
year at all, honestly.
he still did it better than Eckler, so I can't say it made my team worse.
On a week for week basis, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think Eckler was just hurt. So
Mr. Stats guy, can you look up who averaged more points? I'm just curious. It probably was.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
Between Brees and Eckler.
It's probably very close.
It is probably
You
close.
want an average?
Yeah, what an average. The player ranking is gonna say Brees because he
just played more.
Eckler averaged more.
What is it?
14.4 to 13.6.
And that makes the difference sometimes. I would have lost 2 games that I won with Brees in the lineup. So
and the Mark's pick would have been higher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So stuff like that.
I'm not happy with Brees.
Yeah, Brees kind of butt though.
Yeah.
I have him in my other. Yeah, I have him in
Nice kind
a
of.
couple of my other leagues. But yeah, anyway, not to derail your interview questions too much, but yeah, I just wanted to attest to the value of script writing. I think it's important.
Oh no, of course it is. I mean, it's our league.
Yeah.
You gotta write a good script, like the gun in me, the fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Next question. Who is going to be the starting quarterback for Roast Beast next season?
It's a great question. I'll tell you right now that Samuel Howell is getting dropped though.
Samuel Howell. I never heard anyone call him Samuel Howell.
He got.
It makes him sound more trash though. It's like Samuel Howell.
And I'm watching this dumbass tomorrow. We're going to the game.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to the game.
I was gonna ask guys
my
about
God.
that. I was about to go too.
This is gonna be the most trash game in history.
No,
Mike was
yeah.
texting me
How's the
last
weather
week,
gonna
and I
be?
was
Is it
like,
I think it's gonna be what?
You couldn't find anyone, Brandon?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're still welcome to come.
I couldn't find anyone, but I think good thing I couldn't because like
Yeah.
after last week I was like, man, this is gonna be a tough game to watch.
Yeah,
next
it
week.
is gonna be. So I'm
Yeah,
seeing him
this
play
is
tomorrow.
Simeon
though,
starting,
and,
right?
like,
We paid $600 to watch Trevor Simeon.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I was at several Jets games this year though that I really enjoyed. I was at week 1.
You were at the
Dude,
Texans
Derek-
game too, right?
I was at Jets Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
a
Stroud
great
die.
game.
He was writhing around in pain on the ground,
Oh my
which was
God.
terrible because he was my redraft quarterback.
He got,
In one of
he
my
got
leagues.
killed that week. Completely
Yeah, he got
messed
killed.
up my fantasy playoff.
He got killed. So did Nico Collins. They lost a lot of
Nico
casualties
Collins.
that week actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tomorrow I get to watch Samuel Howell do his thing at QB. However, he won the QB job this season. That's because for some reason he led the league in passing yards.
Yeah, I think he just had a
How's he
lot of
throwing
attempts.
They were so
Right?
they were in
like crazy year.
The thing is, the entire season they remained in like a 3-touchdown hole through all their games. So he just kept slinging the ball
Yeah.
every week.
I also think it has
I
to
kept
do
him
with,
as
what's his
QB1.
name? Eric, how do you say his last name?
Bieniemy or whatever.
Bieniemy, yeah. I think it has to do with his offense a little bit, like being a little pass heavy.
Yeah,
And
I agree. But he's getting dropped because there's no room on my team for 2 quarterbacks.
no.
I mean, for 3 quarterbacks.
Did you
I'm
see
sorry.
last week? Like Jacoby Brissett came in for him, like for 1 quarter, and like he threw
Yeah,
more
he
touchdowns.
lit it up.
And, like
Terry
I
was
know.
good,
he
yeah.
threw more touchdowns in like 5 minutes than Howell did the past like 4 games.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. How is not that bad?
I really
think
don't.
it's that bad.
I didn't think he was till I saw Brissett come in like that. Like no problem.
Yeah, that's true.
And like you're right though. Who is he throwing to?
I don't know
Because like no receivers have on their team have like good stats.
It's not like-
Terry's.
I don't think Terry's having that good of a year.
Yeah, he has.
Is he?
He's been a wide receiver too all season. I'm gonna say wide receiver 18. Can you look that
I
up?
feel like he could be doing better.
Probably,
'Cause I had him
but
in
that's
my
not
redraft
bad at all.
But
That's
Jahan
like a high-end
Dotson
wide
didn't do
receiver.
anything at all.
He's not. I think he's
He's
gonna be
not
top
top
12. Yeah,
He's not top 12.
Wasn't scary?
Yeah, wide receiver 18.
Wide receiver 30.
No way.
See, he's not even top 24 like Jerry Sen would be.
Yeah, like
Average
12
12
is nothing. for
What?
him.
Exactly.
He just had like 30 last week too.
No, yeah.
He actually averaged like 14 a game or more with a worse quarterback like throughout his career.
Wow, that's
So like I don't even know what's going on.
That's
there.
crazy. To answer your question,
How does he even look?
starting
for him?
quarterback is T-Law, by the way, moving into
Yeah.
next season. I like Anthony Richardson, but he's got to prove himself. I do think I traded for T-Law. I still believe in him. He's one of the guys that, like Eckler and Godwin, did not come through for me this season.
100%. That's
But-
good to hear.
But I made this mistake with Pittman. I traded for him. I believed in him. I gave him up. Now he's a wide receiver.
Pittman
one.
is nice. I was just telling Ryan this
Shut the
today.
fuck up, though, because everyone was telling me he was ass.
Yeah, I know.
He
but
was.
I traded him away.
Pittman,
He
he's
was
disgusting.
though.
He's like an automatic 15 a game at least.
Yeah.
So why when he was on
With
my
Gardner
team, he didn't do
Minshew.
anything? Like
And you could have had the stack too. That would be nice.
That would have been awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
he was doing.
But you still have the Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley stack.
I will keep that stack. I
It's because
believe
you just
both
give
of them
players to
moving
the farm.
Unless Calvin.
I know. That's also script writing. Just so you know. It's definitely part of the script. I like that Jack flipped it around his team so quickly. Like his team was straight trash the first season.
What do you have? Like 1 win the first year? Was that his record?
2 wins, and he had the least. He's gonna keep that least.
McCaffrey was out that whole year.
Probably.
Yeah, especially with the added game. No one else.
The added game and the added receiver for us.
Oh yeah, no one's touching. Yo,
you'd have to have
less than that. Like
it would mean that they are actually tanking and they have no players.
We were saying Alex Wood, and I mean,
it hasn't been like that.
It's not even possible. I don't think
it's really not.
Actually, the meme machine is statistically the worst team.
Yeah, the meme machine.
The meme machine is actually statistically the worst team in the league.
They were by far the worst team ever
in league history. Yeah.
I mean, that was just a black name. He was having come like.
I know.
He deserved that for coming up with a name like that.
I feel bad.
His players didn't want to play for that team.
They were like, "What are we doing?" It's probably how the Commanders players feel right now. Like,
they love the name I gave them. The company.
That's not even their real name.
No, it's not. No, but I changed it because I was gonna give Norman I let him change his name. I gave him months to do it. Then it was like the day before the season, and I just changed it because
we all gassed it though at the draft. We all thought he said the name was the company, and we just all started laughing and thought it was perfect.
And it was. His team's on a roll.
I love
watch him win with the rebrand this year, honestly. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love the company, the name.
Yeah,
it's so funny. Let's see. How can we expect you to build for next season having no picks? Will you trade in?
I have 2 picks. I have 2 second-round picks.
Oh, my bad. It was a typo then. Any first-round picks.
Any first-round picks.
Yeah.
Will I trade in?
Are you concerned about that? Or, like, you think the players you have will be good enough next year?
See, that's what I'm saying. Guys like Pickens and Pacheco stepped up this year. I feel comfortable with them in my lineup.
They're young.
They're young and they're good. Like, Pacheco was an RB1 this year.
Yeah, Pacheco.
Which was great.
Yeah, dude.
He was.
It's crazy.
But
undrafted Rutgers.
I know. And both of them have, like, I feel like anger problems or like off the field.
Pacheco?
He swiped the guy like you saw him at the end of the game. So, but I do believe in them as players, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think T-Law and Ridley will actually be the people I thought they were going to be last season or this season.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be those people next season.
Okay.
So.
And who else?
Addison. I fully believe in him to like actually carry my team. Pick my team back up from
if they had Kirk all year.
Kirk, yeah, he'd be crazy.
He had his best game with Mullins.
Him and Jetta.
No, he hasn't saying it.
Oh yeah, last week, right?
Yeah,
he was going off.
I know. So that was awesome to see, even with Jefferson back, which is great. And Mullins
that helped him, I think, too.
Very encouraging.
Pass enough, like for them to both eat.
Yeah, very encouraging stuff for me. Honestly, last week was great for my team.
Dude, you played me in the.
Yeah, my team can't lose.
I don't know why, bro.
So yeah. Point is, I'm okay with my guys. Will I trade into the first round though? That remains to be seen. I always like just to like create some excitement and do that kind of thing.
True. You got to trade the first round for the script, I think.
So we'll see. But the second rounds have been hitting, so I'm not uncomfortable with just going with 2 second-round picks.
The second round is really like
even the third round.
Very underrated, I think.
Yeah, both rounds.
Wait, is that confirmation that we have the third round this year?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we have a third round?
Not officially.
Why? You don't want one? Is that why you say that?
No, there will come a time when it doesn't make any sense to have one.
Why do you say that?
That's dumb.
Because we're not going to keep we're not going to keep expanding the rosters. So
then we just drop them. We drop the players. I don't know. Like I feel like
how's the waiver wire work after the draft? Because I feel like that'll suck. Like let's just say we had 2 rounds this year, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say.
Laporta, Tank Dell, they would all be on the waiver wire post draft.
Yeah,
Bryce.
like it just
Bryce, Stroud,
and then it just goes in waiver wire order. Like that wouldn't be fair to like someone like me.
You don't need fab at that point.
I'm pretty sure though the way I did it. So if you remember, the start of the 2023 season after we drafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I picked guys like Kenny Pickett, Zamir White. Not that either of them are any good, but I picked them up off the waivers. like right when the waiver wire opened, I remember I set a date. And I said the waiver wire is going to open at this date and time, and you could have rated the waiver wire, and we just did it that way.
Oh,
and that was even after 3 rounds.
That would be insane if we did that.
We did it already.
Instead of a third round.
Instead of a third round? Yeah, I know.
That would be chaos.
We haven't done it yet.
I would be waiting on the app, like having my guys like queued up already.
Yeah.
But I remember we did that. Like some guys were on the waiver wire, like right after the draft, and that's what we did.
Who was the best pick in the 3rd round this year? I'm just trying to think.
Tank Dell, easily.
Tank.
But I dropped him.
for sure.
I dropped him, but that was easily the best 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Laporta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Laporta. That's true.
How did I forget my own pick?
I think Laporta.
I couldn't believe that he fell
I
that
also
far.
think Laporta.
I think Laporta was the best pick. Yeah, you're right.
Or Tajay Spears, right, guys?
Yeah.
No, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. What you gonna say? You gonna say something?
Yeah, Laporta. I was just gonna say Laporta was the best pick at the 305, but you made it seem like he was he fell. Like the way that the tight ends were going.
I see.
He wasn't
in
going
my own opinion. I had him ranked 2nd behind Kincaid, so I was just surprised that he didn't go in the 2nd.
If I didn't trade away,
I was gonna pick Laporta at the 208. That was my draft
Yeah,
plan.
same.
But Alex didn't take Mayer, so I got really excited.
Oh yeah.
And the pick for Mayer was in within like 2 seconds of Alex picking
That's true.
Tondre, whoever was at 203.
Yeah. I traded away the 206 for Dallas Goedert before the draft. If I kept it, I was taking Sam Laporta there. Is what I was saying. Yeah, Dallas Goedert instead. But So I was thinking Laporta or Josh Downs there, which he got Downs there. I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I was surprised that he went that late in the 3rd. Well, not late in the 3rd round, but he went in the 3rd round in the first place because he was with the Lions and they took him pretty early.
Yeah, Josh Downs is a solid pick for him though. Yeah, that ended up working. Yeah, I think.
How much have you been scouting? Have you been scouting players at all?
What
Like
for
the
college players?
Yes.
I don't scout college players.
What?
I don't care at all about them. They don't exist until they get to the NFL for my purposes. I used to tell Mike when I played in redraft, he was like, pick this guy, he's a sleeper. Rookie, coming out of whatever, 2nd round. He's got like a 6th round ADP, pick him in the 4th or 5th or 4th or something like that. It was like Cam Akers, his rookie season. I was like, I don't pick guys in suits. For redraft. If they wear a suit on an ESPN profile picture, I do not pick them. And that's still true, even though I play Dynasty for the most part. Because a lot of the times it just doesn't happen for them. I actually picked Addison in my redraft leagues this year, which was not the other. I picked him in the one I'm actually in the semis, and I actually did well in.
I can't believe you don't scout though.
No, I don't scout.
See, I never lost. I never been out of the playoffs this early. Because I lost.
Yeah.
And I've been scouting players. It's fun.
Yeah,
I think you would enjoy it.
I spend the whole first half of next year scouting.
I'll look at a list of players, they say the top 20 or whatever each position, and I just go through their film and just grade them. It's fun.
But the thing is, and you can chalk it up to analytics or whatever, but nobody fucking knows.
No, no one knows.
No, it doesn't. So I feel like it's a waste of time.
Analytics, bro. Analytics.
People know about. There are certain players that you should know when they should go and based off of watching them and you might like this person more, but no one really knows no one knew Tank Dell was gonna be like that,
Yeah, I know.
HN, he would have went early first.
Well,
yeah,
people were scared to take him because he was going in first rounds, and then there was the Dalvin Cook rumors.
Oh yeah.
So people were gonna take him in the
second. Oh yeah, there was a big
true.
Dalvin Cook rumor the day
the
before
Dolphins.
our draft.
Yes, so he moved back a little in that draft.
Yeah, that's true. And Mostert still exists, and he was solid, and he was
awesome
great this season.
Yeah.
But A-Chain was also great. Nobody expected them to coexist that well.
Cooking.
So yeah.
Yeah, Alex started both of them.
He started both of them every week. They were active together.
Yeah, it was working.
Totally worked. He killed me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's your. I don't scout college players. I'm sorry. I'll look at my picks. I'll see who I like. I'll have heard more about them by the time the draft comes.
So you didn't start JSN and you traded up for him?
What?
You didn't scout JSN and you traded up for him?
I didn't watch a single college game he played. No, not a single one.
Why'd you trade up for him then?
Because I believe in him.
I said it on the podcast I was on, so he could delay B-Rod a year.
But if I drafted JSN, if I drafted JSN, I still would have had to wait for next year anyway.
Why?
Because he wasn't going to make an impact this year.
You drafted him knowing that?
Yeah.
Why'd you draft him?
Because Yeah, it's dynasty. It's not just this year,
But this year matters though more than the next year.
But rookies don't usually make like a crazy impact the first year.
He just thinks that JSN is going to be that good.
I think he's going to be much better.
That's not true. A lot of rookies do make a positive impact to their rookie season, but you don't always know who it's going to be. Like the rookie season,
it varies.
Especially
like it was Puka who went undrafted.
Yeah.
And Tank went at the end of the third.
Exactly.
So like.
And they were the top 2 receivers this year.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the first round, it's not like they all.
Even the Rashid Rice is like having a better year than like QJ.
Yeah.
And Jason.
Right? Arguably even. I guess. I was gonna say
it's
Zay.
So much. Yeah,
I think they
started off very strongly.
I think they're close. The 2 of them.
But like, it's not like he looks bad. It's just that it's the first year. Like if they get like more than like 500 yards, and like they're being used well, then like.
Who Rashid? You're saying?
No, I'm saying like a receiver.
525.
That's like the threshold they say, right?
Yeah, and QJ and Burks are both not meeting that.
Well, QJ's playing right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's not gonna meet that.
So they get like 300 yards.
We just have the Bills Chargers like
QJ.
The preview on the screen.
He still has 1 catch, 21 yards.
He hasn't gotten anything since then.
No, yeah, like.
Nice.
I was confused because I feel like I still would have been delayed with JSN anyway,
Oh wait.
That's not true. That's not a guarantee at all. He could have easily, especially with a Lockett injury.
It was more of a guarantee for me to be delayed with the pick next year than
it was 100%.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't. And I also thought your team was going to be really good.
Me too.
So like, and if you remember in the preseason, I had you ranked in the top 3.
Yeah. I lost so many guys, bro.
JT and Najee and Dobbins. Like that was.
And Garrett was Zach Wilson.
I thought Garrett Wilson was going to be that guy. I traded for him by the dynasty.
He still is that guy. He still is.
But he wasn't this season.
No, he wasn't.
What are you saying?
Garrett Wilson.
But yeah, no, that makes sense.
He just needs a quarterback, that poor guy.
I know.
It's just crazy that you did it just to push me back a year.
It's script writing and it's league control. Like it's league control.
No, that's insane. I would never draft it to make another team worse. I don't think.
I literally told you.
Or like
you couldn't have taken Morris right now.
Not that long ago.
Well, I would probably draft to make someone worse, but like not like draft to like set them back like a year. Like I wouldn't trade up in a draft to like set someone back a year. But I think it's hilarious.
It's respectable.
It is respectable. I mean, it's writing, like you said.
That's on the clock right now.
Oh man. How early did you decide that you were gonna do that? Like in the draft, did you decide it like a couple days before that you were gonna like offer that to Brandon?
No, I thought of it on the spot.
Really?
Yeah, I thought of it on the spot. I was like, how can I make something happen? And I realized that was probably my most valuable asset at the time was the Alex pick. So I really wanted to hold it in people's faces, particularly Mike and Brandon, who care more about picks than anyone, and they're at the top of the draft.
Because you offered it to Mike.
I offered it to Mike for the 102.
I was
and I would have
so
taken
scared
at the 102
when
as well.
Mike wasn't. If I had Gibbs, bro, I would.
You'd have Gibbs.
Yeah. But I was so scared when I saw that Mike got some trade offer at the 102 that was making him like
panic.
Like contemplate, and I was like, "This is crazy," because like he was like so set on just
like it took the whole time.
The whole time, and I was like, "I know that this is coming to me next because."
Yep, the same exact offer.
And Mike's face when I got it too. Mike knew that I got the same offer, and I saw him like shaking his head.
Guys, there's a lot of reasons I wouldn't do it. Yes, it's script writing. Yes, it's to set your team. It was to like make sure you didn't have a good impact player this year.
Yeah.
Which was a guarantee because you had a pick instead of a player.
Yes. Yeah.
But also it was also to make you shit your pants. I really just wanted to do it. Like
I wrote Billy and I was like, bro, what do I do?
You were so panicked. I wanted.
I was set since December 2022 on taking JSN or Gibbs.
And you got neither.
And I got
I love that. Like,
I got JSN eventually, but yeah.
But you lost Addison.
Yeah, I did.
Who you were pretty much penciled in for in the beginning as well.
Well, I thought I could have gotten QJ, but.
So you drafted up, right, to set Brandon a year back.
Yep.
For the league.
And then you gave JSN back to Brandon.
Yeah, so you can look at it as...
Do you regret it? Is that why you did it?
No, because you can look at it as I gave up Alex's pick and Christian Watson for Calvin Ridley and Jordan Addison.
Wait, say it again? It's
Alex's pick.
Yeah.
Because I traded JSN for Alex's pick, right? So pretend that trade didn't even happen. B-Rod has JSN the whole time. You can say I gave up Alex's pick and Christian Watson, which were the 2 assets I had before the draft, for Jordan Addison and Calvin Ridley, which are the 2 assets I have now.
Okay.
So in that, to me, that's not that bad.
No, I guess it worked out. What do you?
See, he thinks he won the trade, but that's yet to come to fruition.
Yeah, I think he did too.
It's yet to come, but like,
yeah, we don't know.
I think, and I know he's just a guy in a suit right now.
He is
like,
a guy in a suit.
Like, so was Jordan Addison at one point, and like.
Yeah, and that guy in a suit ended up being better than JSN. Who
Oh,
also
he's not better than
JSN.
JSN.
Why not?
I don't think we can say that yet. Is my point.
We could say for this year.
He had a better rookie season.
He did have a better rookie
season. But JSN was on the Vikings. I think he also went from that.
He's not on the Vikings though.